I made a mistake. Not a huge, dramatic one, but a slow, quiet one. The one that creeps in when life gets heavy. And I think a lot of people might be making the same mistake, even without realizing it. So let's talk about it. Over the last couple of weeks, work has been tough. It has been non-stop, high pressure, long days. And no matter how much I tried, the numbers, the KPIs, they just weren't adding up. And that is frustrating. Because when you care about what you do, when you're showing up every day, giving it your best, and it feels like you're not giving enough, that wears on you. That is when the mistake started. I didn't even see it at first. But I started reaching for comfort. For me, that looked like eating more than I normally do. Coming home, crashing into bed, feeling completely drained. And just repeating the pattern. Day after day, hoping it would pass. I told myself, this is just a rough patch. Get through it. But I wasn't getting through it. I was reacting, not responding. And you know what's funny? We often think that being busy means being productive. But lately, it just felt like motion, not progress. I was doing more, but feeling less. Less joy, less energy, less connection to why I started doing this work in the first place. There was one day in particular, I remember standing in the kitchen, halfway through a snack, which I didn't even taste, and I just thought, what on earth am I doing? Not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet, I've been running on autopilot kind of way. And I realized I hadn't checked in with myself for days, maybe even longer. And here's the thing. The mistake wasn't being tired or eating more or underperforming. The mistake was abandoning myself in the process. Not just checking in, not pausing, not caring for myself when I needed it the most. And I think a lot of us do this. We push through, we numb out, we survive instead of live. And then we wonder why we feel stuck or disconnected or like we've lost something. Isn't it strange? We spend so much time trying to keep up that we forget to check in. And the deeper mistake isn't the action we take, it's the disconnection from ourselves, from our needs, from our values. Sometimes I wonder how many mistakes are just signs that we're out of sync on what actually matters to us. This is what it really was, a wake-up call. Not to hustle harder, but to listen closer. But here's the truth. That mistake, it's not a failure. It is a signal. It's a way for life to say, hey, you're overwhelmed. You need care, not criticism. And that changed everything for me. I realized it's not about messing up. We all mess up. Every single day. What matters is why and what do you do after the mistake. And maybe that's the most powerful shift we can make. Not seeing mistakes as something to avoid, but it is something we need to learn from. Because mistakes carry wisdom. They reveal when we're out of alignment, when we're overextending, and where we're pretending we are fine, when we really are not. And that is valuable information, if we're willing to look at it with compassion. So here is what I've been doing differently. And maybe it's something you can try too. Number one is pause and acknowledge. Instead of pushing through, I just say out loud, okay, I see what is happening. It sounds simple, but awareness is powerful. Number two is to reset gently. No guilt, no shame, just one small, kind step. A short walk, a deep breath, drinking some water, saying no to something that drains me. Tiny resets matter. And number three, which is the most important one, talking about what is bothering you. It breaks the shame cycle. It reminds me that I'm not alone and you're not either. Sometimes the reset is just giving yourself 5 minutes of silence, or journaling at the end of the day instead of scrolling, or asking yourself, what do I actually need to do right now? And honoring the answer. It doesn't have to be a big dramatic reinvention. Small, steady shifts are what actually change things. And if you fall off, it is okay. You just reset again and again until you get it right, as many times as is needed. So yeah, I made a mistake. I pushed too hard, I disconnected, and I tried to survive instead of reset. But that mistake taught me something. It reminded me that self-awareness is a superpower, that grace beats guilt, and that every single moment, even the messy ones, is a chance to come home to yourself again. So if you've been feeling off, if you've just been harder on yourself than you need to be, just know you're not broken. You're just tired and you just need to change things. You don't need to overhaul your life in one night. You just need to return to yourself. One small act of care at a time. You're allowed to have off days. You're allowed to have a swift course. You're allowed to be human. And in fact, that's where the growth happens. If this message resonated with you, maybe it is because you have been carrying more than what you've had space to process. And if you ever feel like you need someone to talk to about the issues you're dealing with, someone to help you reset, refocus, or reconnect with yourself, that is part of the work I do. Coaching for me isn't fixing people. It is about reminding you of who you are when life gets too loud. So if that speaks to you, let me know down in the comments below and let's get in touch. Because there is a way out. But for now, just remember this. You're allowed to reset, you're allowed to be human, and you're doing much better than you think. In the video up here, I talk about the things I do in order to reset my mindset and to get better over time. I'll see you in that video.